shortly. Lab After Dark is starting soon. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Right.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
What's the point in causing the eruption?
Lab After Dark starts now.
What's happening? How is everybody? Good to be here. Good to see you. Thank you for making Lab After Dark a part of your day. Let's see here. We got a new member right off the bat. Always like it's always nice. 300, yeah, exactly. 300 Lab After Dark episodes. 300 of these. Wow. God, I can't even remember. All I know is that a ton of crap. And there's actually more than that, technically, because sometimes, it'll be like a special presentation or something. But kind of. And by the way, how do I sound? Sound okay? Is the sound fine? I need to know. Or do I need to readjust? Where's my sound? Do I sound like I'm it does sound good, yeah. I am tiny. I mean, I don't know. Nobody's ever called me tiny before. I don't think so, but thank you for that. I have I'm having a bad hearing day, so I can't tell you. All right. Nobody's ever called me tiny before. I mean, in the sarcastic way. They're like, "Hey, what's up, tiny?" It's like people go, "Oh, hey, big guy." It's like like it would be like somebody like B Tim. "Hey, big guy." You're just like, shut up. "Hey, dumbass." Hey, big guy. And oh my God. I mean, it's just like best of. "Hey, big guy. How you doing, buddy?" I hate that shit. I hate it. Okay, well, there you go. Average guy. It's good to see everybody. Kelsey, how are you? Muscles. Shayna. I'm not very tiny. I don't know what you're talking about. Can you not see me? I can see me. I can see me well. Let's see here. Cool. Wait, what? He is? Is he dashing? Please tell me he's not dashing tonight. Dashing through the snow. Give me a second here. Dude, that little show that we did last night, and you're right, I'm not that little. That show that we did with Chris and Dr. Gary, that hit pretty good. It was like, is he dashing right now? Let's see. I just want to check. Oh my God, dude. He's live right now. Keister Bunny, which is a reference to, dude, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good show. It was like an hour show. It got like 10,000 views already, which is great. Obviously, it's because McDonough and Dr. Gary, but still. Oh my God, he is dashing right now. You mad? Is he talking to? Hold on. How long has he been? He's only been on for like 15 minutes. I don't want to stream snipe him. But I'm not going to stream snipe him. But please, I don't know who he's talking to. Who's he talking about? You mad, bro? I don't know. Are you mad? I'm not. I'm fine. God, I can't believe he's dashing again. How does he have a DUI? And how can you dash when you got a DUI? I truly do not get it. But that's all right. Dude, look at all this. Look at this. My life's work. Look at my life's work. Look at this shit. It's just a bunch of nonsense. Look at it. Oh my God. Oh man, I was thinking this. Look at this, dude. Look at that cowboy hat. What a ridiculous thing. After Dark #1. God, I can't even imagine what that was like. Let's look.
I'm hiding. Being upset or use
It just sucks.
power to prosecute Don has the power to prosecute Don for the things that he's admitted to.
Frig me. All right. I got it. Hold on. Cancellation. This should fix it. Not that I want to. I can already tell this is terrible. I already hate it. La la la. No special effects, nothing. Were you there that night? Dude, there were some really good ones. And then there were some really, really bad ones. Wonder what the most popular one was. Let me just see here. You were there too? I remember the Easter episode. That was bad. People were freaking out. Just like, remember when people were like, you don't know. There were a couple that were pretty good.
Now, 2 years later, just as much as they did when Summer first went missing. I have a lot of questions from viewers, and I'm going to try to get to some of them. Some may be difficult to answer, but you're closer to the case than most.
This is my favorite.
I want to begin with a question from Betty in Florida, and she.
Who? Betty in Florida.
He says, does law begin with a question difficult from Betty in Florida?
Let's be fair. Florida's a huge state. It's actually Betty. I remember this. Betty's a common name. Bullhorn. I don't know if it's her or not. I really don't. I mean, I can't remember. Is it her? It's a huge state. It is a huge state.
And she says, does law enforcement have any person of interest or suspect
Huge.
Betty in Florida the case than most?
Common name. Why would you say? I remember that, man. I remember that day. That was a good one. Golly, look at all these. $199. Audio only. Yeah, we know the Betty from Florida, don't we? We know who that is. There were some really good ones. I used to battle it out with, let's see what do we got here. I used to battle it out with the farm, the Daisy. That took on a whole life of its own. Just everything. I don't remember this one. You're welcome, but missed the point. What a weird, just looking back, man, 300 episodes, 300. I do remember. Does anybody remember the time? It was a great episode when I told the guy that I hope that his fish died. Does anybody remember that? That was really gnarly. Do you guys remember that? Because he pissed me off. He told me to calm down, and I was like, "No, you calm down. I hope your fish dies." That was bad. That was mean, and I shouldn't have done it. Yeah, Koi Boy. Yeah, Koi Boy. Ava remembers Koi Boy. And yeah, I told him, and then there was another one where I told a lady that her dog was ugly. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was mean. See, I regret that. I regret that. There was some dude, I'm telling you, there was some, like, I remember I pranked that warm line, and I told this lady this whole story about this methed out guy that wearing jorts, homemade jorts, that what he ended up doing was shooting my nephew's peacock or something like that. Yeah, I was kind of pissed at her. I can't remember what she said, but it was something not nice. Hold on. I think it's clipped. I'm sure it is. Hold on one second. There we go. Here it is. Let me see if I can. I don't want to send it to my MacBook here. I checked this. 20-second clip. Just the night. Like, this is. Yeah, and she is a bitter ex. Where's her evidence, Josh? You're one-sided. What do you know about her, Josh? Hey, Victoria, what do you know about her? And your dog's ugly. Can somebody kick her out? Bye. Later, skater. That was wrong. I apologize to that lady. She pissed me off. Yeah, and she is a bitter ex. Where's her evidence, Josh? You're one-sided. What do you know about her, Josh? Hey, Victoria, what do you know about her? And your dog's ugly. Can somebody kick her out? I mean, that was wrong, but I can't remember who she was. She was Macho, dude. Having the dogs in here, it's the worst. Well, you got to understand that she was she was talking about, I believe she was talking about Nina, which is Chris's ex. Yes. Yeah. And it pissed me off. Like, legitimately, I was pissed off. No joke. Actually pissed off. Because, Josh, I don't want to go, trust me, I don't want to go too deep on it, but, yeah, I thought it was wrong. let's see. It was like a year ago, at least. Yeah. So April 1st, 2004. I know I did need to. It was mean. I shouldn't have done that. Somebody said, "Good Lord. What did the dog do?" Somebody wrote dead. I don't know what the dog did. Dog didn't do anything. But like, if you look, I mean, it's kind of a, I mean, it's cute. You know, I love dogs. But, you know, and I would treat that dog. Yeah, but I get it. I understand. I apologized. Actually, I don't know if I did, but I apologize right now. I am officially apologizing. I think ugly dogs are cute too. They're barking child's a dog. They're barking child of God. That's what I call my dogs. And really not a big deal. What do you mean you were? What do you mean? You were scared to make me. I remember that show. I was a little scared of pissing Josh off. I was a little pissed. Yeah, I mean, it was, I was just trying to piss her off, but let me see here. Let's go. How many of you, and I know that there are some new people here, and I'm going to play. Your dog is or your hair is making a statement. I don't know. I was trying out for like Peaky Blinders or something. How many of you remember the lady that called the show a long time ago and was talking to me about the deer blind? Does anybody remember the deer blind? The good old deer blind. I'm sure some of you probably remember that. Yeah, you remember deer blind lady? You guys want to revisit the deer blind? Let's revisit the deer blind, dude. Let's just look at it. I remember it too. It was terrible. All right, we'll do it right now. How's that? Debbie doesn't remember this afternoon. All right, here we go. This is when the call-in shows got a little wild.
All right. I know you've been patient. This is how that works, is that when you're.
This lady was so mad that she had to wait like 45 minutes on hold because I had a ton of calls then when we were doing these. And he was so rude.
You're on hold, you can still hear the show, but I can't hear you, if that makes sense. But you go on the air.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I certainly am.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then.
The real Gemini. I'm not making amends to anybody. I stand by what I said. The lady was brutally mean to that other lady.
Let me take you off the phone. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
You're the lab, are ya?
I am the lab, yeah. Well, that's the name of the show. I don't know if I'm the lab, but that's the name of the show.
All right. Let me turn this off. It's on a delay, and it just sounds like a fun.
Muscles, once again, thank you
crackling, and
for gifting those memberships. It was very kind of you. And caught to live from last night. It was great. Hey, everyone. Thanks for being here. Please click. Yes. And Grandma's doing okay. We have the orthopedist on Thursday. Can't get here soon enough. She's doing all right. She's a little gun shy, to be honest with you. And I know. It's true. She chose to wait. That's true.
I can't hang with
The
it.
one thing you can't do, you can't cuss.
All right then. All right. Hi.
How you doing?
So let me look back at there. There's your face. All right. What's your name?
What's my name? My name's
Yeah,
Josh.
I
What's
mean,
yours?
you're not the lab.
Josh.
Josh, my name is Aaron. Hi.
You've never seen the show before? First time?
No, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's Josh.
So I have no context. I'm just talking to you. Yeah. So I was talking with Don a little while ago, and he mentioned you, and that's why I looked up your channel.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm seeing you on a delay, I suppose. I'm seeing your face, and I guess it's a delay.
Well, I'm guessing that Don had tons of nice things to say about me.
No, he actually didn't say very much about your channel. He just mentioned you, and I said I've never seen it. And yeah, he didn't say a lot. He's been working all day. He's tired, and yeah, he didn't say much. It was just enough for me to want to check it out and see what's going on.
So are you friends with Don? Is that what it is?
I am. Yeah, Don and Candace.
How long you known him?
2 years.
So was it right after Summer went missing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And
So
go ahead.
for some reason, I feel like, because I was waiting for a while to talk with you, and the folks that I heard talking, when I'm seeing in the chat, and it sounded like cackling. It was so hard for me to not hang up because I just can't stand the cackling. It sounded like folks are like not liking the Wells, and I wanted.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to know what do you think about that? Where are you coming from?
Well, it's not even about liking the Wells or not liking the Wells. I don't feel that they have been honest about what's been going on. And there's a lot of discrepancies and a lot of, I don't know. I don't believe them. I mean, that's just where I'm coming from. A lot of people don't, but it's not just me. But there are some people that do believe them.
Okay. So, if we're going to have this conversation, please tell me, what is it that you find as a discrepancy, or what is it that makes you take pause about Don and Candace as far as Summer's disappearance goes?
Let me ask you, do you believe them?
Believe what?
Their story about Summer.
So we both just asked each other the same question.
Well,
like, I'm asking you where you come from.
But here's the thing.
You're asking me.
Ma'am, here's the thing. I have, if you, I don't know when you came in to watch the show, but
she was very frustrated.
Made it.
Just today. Today's the first time. So I have I have no idea. But what I'm hearing is that you're suspicious of them, and I get that. I get that. I don't feel the same way, but I'd really like to know what makes you feel that something is not right with them.
Well, the fact that their daughter's been missing for close to 2 years, that their 3 children were taken, that their timeline doesn't make sense, that they've played numerous pranks and games on people close to them, the fact that they don't talk to law enforcement or that they don't cooperate with law enforcement. I mean, there's just a lot of I could probably go on and on, but
I get that. The last two things, so that they don't talk to law enforcement, they do talk to law enforcement.
No, that's not what they've said.
Well, I mean, I've been on the phone when TBI was talking with Don while I was on the phone with Candace.
I'm guessing he's not the one that called, though.
So let's have a give and take, because we're trying to get down to the bottom of it, right? So
well, look,
I'm telling
we're
you
not going to get to the bottom of anything.
That the last two things of all of the things. Well, no, I mean you the whole premise of this is you're against them, and I'm saying the last two things that you said. Look, I hear what you're saying. I totally hear what you're saying. That said, the last two things that you said.
Kelsey, thank you for gifting 20 Lab After Dark memberships. It's very appreciated. You are green, Kentucky. Absolutely.
The non-cooperation and the not talking, those two parts, the last two things, are not so. That's not actually true. So does that change anything?
By the way, this was Don's idea. I know it was. I know he was talking about it. He was pissed off at me. And for some reason, he thought that this lady was going to call in and she was going to change my mind about everything.
Thing for you, cooperation and the not talking, those two parts, the last two things, are not so. That's not actually true. So does that change anything for you? No. If I say they actually are cooperating and they are in contact, because they are in contact with the TBI. They are. Does that change anything for you?
No. Okay. Because I don't believe that, because I've heard it from their own mouths. Now, if you're saying that TBI has contacted them, yeah, that may be true. But you know, they're not heading on down to TBI. They're not calling them every day. That's not what they're. Candace just the other day admitted that she hasn't talked to law enforcement in months. Don has told me personally that he doesn't trust law enforcement.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay, well, so what are we arguing about?
I'm not arguing with you. I'm adding information so that we can.
I absolutely remember that. He accused me of other weird things as well.
You know, have a fair summarization of what's going on.
Okay, and so you know for a fact that they call law enforcement.
Not that they call them, but that they speak with them, right, when they actually come.
Right.
Go ahead.
Because law enforcement calls them.
Because they show up there and they talk with them. Yes.
Right. Well, they don't have much of a choice then. I mean, you could tell them to leave, but that'd be off. That'd be a really bad look, wouldn't it? Did Don ask
they're
you
not
to call?
trying to do that. No, not at all. I think that he would be disappointed that I have done. I actually asked him for the phone number, and he said, "No, it's okay, no." But I looked you up, and I see you have the phone number plainly, 858-299-2504, and I rang you up, and I sat on the phone for a half an hour with this. It sounds like a party line from the 1970s, but I sat here. And people in the chat were just like, wait. So here I am, and I'm talking with you.
Yep.
And I love Don and Candace, and I'm friends with them, and I support them all the way. Their little baby girl is missing. She's missing, and their sons are not at home. I don't think people realize how badly Don and Candace are suffering. And if you have a mindset that they deserve this somehow, or that they caused this somehow, maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what to say to folks like that. I've spent a lot of time with them, and I love them so much. They are so kind. They're so kind, and they are.
That's a cute dog. See, I'm making amends.
So pained. It's so terrible. And then apparently that you and your audience are suspicious of them, or I don't even know what it is, but wow, that's so awful. If only you could know them, because they're so kind. They're such nice people. They did not cause their daughter to go missing. They have not killed their daughter, that they didn't do that.
How do you know?
Oh my God. All right.
How do you know
evidence yet presented.
What evidence?
How do you? All right, so let's turn it around. How do you know that they did? Like, why do you feel such a strong stance?
If you have listened to any portion of the show, I've clearly stated I don't know what they did or what their involvement is, but I do know that their timeline is terrible and that they all have the exact same story verbatim, even though Dawn wasn't there. So you think that it's plausible that somebody walked up onto that hill in the middle of the day with a house full of people and abducted a 5-year-old girl down the side of a dog trail? You think that makes sense?
It absolutely does. And
no,
I want to ask you this. Have you ever, hold on a second. Are we going to be able to talk for a little bit? Because I really want to be able to tell you.
What do you mean? Just talk. I know when to stop talking.
Okay. So, have you ever been there to their house?
No.
That's a okay. So you have not. I have, and that house is so like you can see it so clearly. I mean, it's out in the docks. Sorry, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I said the F word on your channel. Going there, like you have to know how to get there to get there. So the bottom line for me, because there are lots of neighbors and many of the neighbors are sex offenders. There are a lot of bad, scary people over there. And that property is so accessible. There are trails that go up and down that lead to all the roads. And yeah, I totally believe that somebody could have gone up there and snatched her. Here's another thing, is 750 feet from their house, up on the hill above, there's a deer blind. Do you know what a deer blind is?
Yeah, I know what a deer blind is.
All right, so there's a campsite up there with a deer blind facing directly to their house. Somebody was up there watching. I guess folks don't know that. You can hike up there and you can see there's a deer blind.
Whoa,
and a campsite.
Whoa. Please don't cuss. There's people that watch the show that have kids. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and also because YouTube strikes you. I'm sorry.
Don't.
All right, so I thought that was the deal.
No.
It's the middle of the night, so I'm not worried about children. However, I'm worried about YouTube strikes for you. So
I don't care about
look
that.
at you hike up the hill.
It's 8:40. It's 8:40
It is for me. I'm in East Tennessee. I live 45 minutes from the wells. That's what I'm saying. I'm friends with them. I've been there. I know the land.
You know how many times I've gotten a
you,
phone call or conversation or a text message or an email just like this, just from somebody just like you that says that they're friends with Dawn and Candace. You're probably the 20th.
Right. Well, all right. Okay. All right, then. That has nothing to do with me. I'm going to continue with what I'm saying. They're not telling you what I'm telling you.
No, they are. You are.
I'm telling you. Really? They're telling you about the deer blind?
Mm-hmm. No.
Are they telling you about the deer blind?
I don't care about the deer
blind. All right, so look I'm telling you. All right, so I'm sorry that I'm challenging you. I'm giving you fodder. I am.
No, you're not.
I actually am.
No,
and it's okay because we're having a conversation about it. So you up the hill, like up further on the hill, their house is on the hill that's totally visible. And you go up further and there's a campsite and a deer blind. Someone made a campsite with a deer blind. A deer blind makes it so, for your listeners, they don't know what it is. It makes it so that you can go hunting. It's like
No, it's not a mullet. This was when I was going through my long hair, didn't care phase. So no, it's not a mullet. I would never wear a mullet. I am your father. May the 4th be with you.
branches and twigs and leaves so that you can peek through and your prey can't see you. That's a deer blind. And there's a deer blind 750 feet from the house with a campsite. Someone was up there watching. And if you go up there, it is looking at their entire yard. It's looking down on the Wells house. Right? Someone was up there. And if you consider all of the sex offenders, frankly, that live around there, it's really scary and sad.
So let me just ask you this. You believe because there's a campsite and a deer blind that somebody was watching her? And
I think that this may be the only time that I ever hit the dump button and played that song. If you know the song I'm talking about, and just wait with
scary and sad.
So let me just ask you this. You believe because there's a campsite and a deer blind that somebody was watching her and with binoculars or something, and that's
you wouldn't need binoculars from that site.
Okay.
You can just look straight on their house.
Sure, not a big deal.
No, it is a big deal. No. It's a big deal. It's a bit of information that
it's not a big deal. That's what I'm saying. It's not a bit. That's not a big deal. Like, okay, I'm just saying, if that's what you needed, I don't know. What do they need? A telescope? I'm just saying. I don't. TBI, the card team says that there's no evidence of an abduction, yet you come at me with a deer blind and a campsite.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
I mean, it's just whatever. Like, you know, how long am I supposed to listen? How long? And then then to be condescending is just weird too. You know, that's weird as well. A deer blind and a campsite. I have no problem talking and being challenged. That's fine. But like, don't tell me like to stop talking, point, counterpoint, you know. And Dawn, why don't you call in, you dickhead, you crybaby, working all day my ass.
True. Yeah. Yeah. I've lost a lot of weight since then. Cam did talk about that deer blind too. I know. I get fat Josh, even fatter Josh. Hey, fat guy.
Friends with Dawn and Candace. Good. That's fantastic. What's that got to do with anything? And people tell me that all the time. All the time. Working all day, you dickhead. I have no problem talking.
I didn't even remember. I don't even remember calling Dawn a dickhead.
And being challenged. That's fine. But like, don't tell me like to stop talking, point, counterpoint, you know. And Dawn, why don't you call in, you dickhead, you crybaby, working all day my ass. friends with Don and Candace. Good. That's fantastic. What's that got to do with anything? And people tell me that all the time. All the time. I'm friends with Don and Candace. I don't care. A deer blind? And a what? A campsite? Who cares? Come on. That's your evidence? That's how you know? Funny, Don and Candace don't mention that ever. Oh, but they're probably just keeping it under wraps, because TBI. But then they have somebody call up and kind of throw that out there. It's not true. I don't know. There may be a deer blind. There's deer blinds in heavily forested areas everywhere. People camp in the woods. 750 feet. Did you get out what did you get out? A marker? Everybody's Don and Candace's friend close to 2 years. You understand, right? That's the one thing. I'm guessing that the friend on YouTube is also a 2-year friend. They got a lot of 2-year friends. A lot of 2-year friends. And a lot of friends that, they seem to make a whole lot of friends right after Summer went missing.
God, what a memory that was. That was a good show. Parker, thank you for the $10 donation. I miss getting to slam a phone down sometimes. I don't. Let me see if I have. I would do these call-ins, and no, but I don't know if you guys remember this.
Go, 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 shawty. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. We're gonna sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And we don't give a at the birthday. Go, 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 shawty. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. We're gonna sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And we don't give a at the birthday.
I love that song. Oh yeah, the mod song was good too. I need to get that. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. I loved it. Am I that nice on all my calls? Probably. I don't know. We can find out. I'm pretty nice on the. I think. I mean, I don't know. Hold on. I don't have that many. Most of my calls. Let's see here. No, I don't think so. I don't know how. I guess I don't have that many. Dude, there's some like good stuff on here. Stuff I don't even remember half of it. I do. No, she never called back in. Thank God. That would have been terrible. I wouldn't have taken her call again. I don't think so. Yeah, I do remember. Let's get ready because the trolls are coming in. I think, let me see here. I could probably find that one. Dude, such good stuff on here, man. I tell you, I remember this. It's a good one. Didn't get much love though, but check this out. You guys remember Daryl Brooks? I edited this. It's way intentional. Guy is the dick. That guy is the worst ever of all time. Deer blind, birds of a feather. Maybe you guys will like this one.
We're all familiar with abduction statistics. The first people that are looked at are the family. And with Jacqueline and Trezell West on trial for the murder of Orrin and Orson West, their rhetoric bears some similarities to Don Wells, especially Trezell's comments. Take a listen side by side.
They are going to be here in this area, and I really would like to go in the houses, but it's not because I want to invade people's privacy. I just want to know if make sure. That's it.
That was Trezell West, adoptive father of the missing Cal City boys, Orrin and Orson. They were speaking with KGET News out of Bakersfield, an NBC affiliate, on December 23rd, 2020.
I just wish there was a way that neighbors could search neighbors' houses, and then if they're not willing, get a search warrant or something, but there's just no way you can search every single house, in the eastern United States or whatever, but I wish there was a way.
That was Dawn Wells, father of Summer Wells, was 5 years old when she went missing in Hawkins County. And that clip is courtesy of WJHL. My question is, why say that? It's important to know that Trezell West is on trial for the murder of the two boys, Orrin and Orson, his adopted children. Is this just a deflection, pointing the finger the other way? It's possible. It's important to note that Don Wells has not been...
Dude, deception detective. Mess with me, bro. I was doing this. I gave up on doing stuff like this. I don't know why.
...charged with any crime involving the disappearance of his 5-year-old daughter, Summer Wells, to date. And next, we have an audio clip from a young lady who will be going on trial for the murder of her son, 2-year-old Quentin Simon, out of Savannah, Georgia. Once again, I'm going to compare it to something that Candace Wells has said. Is it
No, they never found the boys, but the fact of the matter was that they had evidence of murder, and that their own children, their biological children, were the ones that even testified.
Coincidence? I don't know, but we'll play them side by side and you can be the judge. Here's Leilani Simon talking to WTOC News Channel 11 out of Savannah.
We're just hoping that he's in somebody's house and they're feeding him, and they were hoping that, maybe they wanted a baby or couldn't have a baby. Maybe they thought they were his savior. But it's not. That's their best hopes at this point.
Leilani Simon is awaiting trial for the murder of Quentin Simon, her 2-year-old son. Let's listen to an audio clip of Candace Wells talking about the disappearance of her 5-year-old daughter, Summer Wells.
My thoughts are a little different than Donnie's, but I believe as a mother that she's still alive, that some rich person had snagged her up and got her and thought that she was in a bad place when she wasn't, and they're keeping her from her. That's what I believe.
Eerily similar. Is this just a way to make them feel better? Maybe a little easier to sleep at night? Maybe. Or maybe it's them holding out for hope. The similar rhetoric stands out to me. Although it is important to note that Candace Wells has not been charged with any crime related to the disappearance of her daughter, Summer Wells, to date. Well, what exactly does this mean? Well, I'm not sure. It could mean absolutely nothing, but it could mean something. And I'm leaning towards more it could mean something. In all these cases, the same phrase comes to mind: plausible deniability. According to Wikipedia, the term typically implies forethought, such as intentionally setting up the conditions for the plausible avoidance of responsibility for one's future actions or knowledge. Plausible denial involves the creation of loose stories and information.
They are going to be here in this area, and I really would like to go into houses, but it's not because I want to invade people's privacy. I just want to know.
I remember when Trezell was talking about the West Boys, the Cal City Boys, and he would talk about how they were hyper, which was like, it's a crazy thing to say. Just a hyper. They were really hyper. It's like, shut up.
Make sure. That's it.
In that statement, Trezell West thinks that wanting to invade the privacy of his neighbors by searching for his children, which he knows legally he cannot do, will make him look like he is desperately wanting to find his children. And Trezell West is on trial currently for the murder.
Of course, kids are absolutely hyper. They're supposed to be.
Of Orrin and Orson West.
I just wish there was a way that neighbors could search neighbors' houses, and then if they're not willing, get a search warrant or something. But there's just no way you can search every single house, in the eastern United States or whatever. But I wish there was a way.
I don't think I could go that far with the information that we have, but Chris Watts is an absolute monster. There's no question about it.
In that statement, Don Wells knows that there is no way that he can do that, but it sure sounds good.
We're just hoping that he's in somebody's house and they're feeding him, and they were hoping that, maybe they wanted a baby or couldn't have a baby. Maybe they thought they were his savior. But it's not. That's their best hopes at this point.
Leilani Simon has a good idea that that's not the case, yet she pushes it to make herself either look good or feel better, or a combination of both. I'm not really sure. Quentin Simon was found in a landfill close to 60 days after he went missing. Authorities have charged her with his murder and disposal of his body.
My thoughts are a little different than Donnie's, but I believe as a mother that she's still alive, that some rich person had snagged her up and got her and thought that she was in a bad place when she wasn't, and they're keeping her from her. That's what I believe.
Plausible deniability. It's important to note that Candace Wells has not been charged in the disappearance of her 5-year-old daughter, Summer Wells, nor has Dawn Wells. Thank you for watching.
I don't know, man. I get like chills listening back to that kind of stuff. I like forget about it for so long. And it's just like, how could I don't know. I don't get it. As Dr. G says, there's nothing new. Just learn and understand from the past. So sad. Yep. And even I think it says in the Bible, there's nothing new under the sun, which is actually, I mean, makes a lot of sense. And things just kind of evolve and develop. Yeah, there's been so much. Now this here, let's go a little different route here for a second. Let's see. Oh man, this is a good one. This actually reminds me because the damn cherry blossoms, having problems with the cherry blossoms from next door again. And the wind's been blowing.
And it's just
everybody's like, oh, cherry blossoms are so pretty.
And it's just everywhere. It's everywhere. They're everywhere. They're on my car. They're on my roof, my gutter, my truck. I know, I already said this. They're on my back porch. Macho freaking came in the other day and he had 2 of them glued to his ass. Little 2 cherry blossoms on his ass. Bump, 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 bump. I was like, what is that? Macho, you got cherry blossoms on your ass? Otis goes over there and inspects. Yep, those are cherry blossoms, all right. Let me try and rip it off with my teeth. Cherry blossoms on my dog's ass.
Classic. Classic Lab After Dark. Yep, that happened. I remember. That was something. Oh God, here's a good one.
Here comes the man bun. Here comes the man bun. I'm trying to find a picture when I was a pup. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what are you, Fabio? You know, it's hysterical. Well, the important part is you're an awesome person, and that's what's important. And the exterior really doesn't matter.
What's wrong with my exterior?
That was old school too. Just the look on his face. I don't even know what he was doing. He was pissed. Or he wasn't pissed. He was just like not paying attention to me, which was totally fine. Here's another classic moment from Lab After Dark. I'm out of here. See ya. Okay, well, whatever.
I thought it was funny. I don't know. It always ended up with blood. I remember he used to get so mad. He'd be watching Fox News, and he was a Fox News dude. And that was before I knew what Fox News, that was before I really realized, but he was always watching like Shepard Smith and Hannity and Holmes and the O'Reilly Factor and Rush Limbaugh. He's always watching that, because he was like an old man, you know what I mean? And he was just very staunch in his ways. And he would be watching, and they would be talking inevitably about the war in Afghanistan or something, and they would say, The troops are going to be slowly surrounding this area in the next couple of days. And you go, what the hell are they telling them what we're doing for? Josh, why are we telling them that? I'm like, I don't know, dude. What the hell are we telling them that for, Josh? Does that make any sense to you? I'm like, dude, I gotta go. I'm out of here. See you. Does that make sense? I don't know. Not really. Why are they telling them where we're going to send the troops? Like, I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. And then I'd go, but wouldn't the troops have to tell somebody before it could get on the news? Like somebody's telling them something. And I'm like, He's like, so now you're siding with them, huh? You're siding with them, Josh? I'm not. I promise you, I'm not siding with them. What are you, a communist? It's like, no, I'm not a communist. But he would get, does that make any sense to you? It's like, dude, not really. I mean, I don't know. I would always say there's got to be a reason for it. And he gets so pissed off about that too. Does that make sense to you, Josh? It really doesn't. Do you want to come to men's breakfast on Saturday? Not really. Well, you're coming anyway because I need you to cook the bacon for the men. That was a once a month thing in my house. It's called men's breakfast. You go cook for a bunch of middle-aged dudes. And they'd all sit around and talk about like when they were in the Navy and stuff. They would just tell these war stories that were awful. They weren't even good stories. It's not like Rambo. It's just awful, you know? And they would all over laugh and stuff, and they'd all drink coffee out of that little baby styrofoam cup. And it was like the worst, dude. It was the worst. Waking up at 7 on a Saturday to cook for a bunch of dudes to have breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning. Who eats breakfast at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning? I don't know. And you wonder why I would piss them off, because we'd end up doing shit like that. It wasn't never fun. Like, oh yeah, it's gonna be men's breakfast. Like, dude, I'm gonna go to that. I want to go hang out with your friends. That's what it was. It was me going to hang out with his friends. Yeah, you wanted me to. I know. Looking back on it, it's kind of weird. I mean, I was a complete fan. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was the worst. It was the absolute worst. And I believe that, let's see, I've played this one before. Look at all those beautiful GeoGuessr streams. I don't remember this. If I come to find out that there's antifreeze in Powerade, I'm going to be pissed. Like super pissed. Not just a little either, like really pissed. Yeah, I remember that. I did this. I tried to freeze a Powerade one time and it didn't freeze. And then somebody said, well, you're probably drinking antifreeze. Because, you know, my chat, like the chat looks out for me. When I say something like that, they're like, oh, well, you could be drinking antifreeze. If I come to find out that there's antifreeze in Powerade, I'm going to be pissed. Like super pissed. Not just a little either, like really pissed. And no question. If I come to find out there, I would be. I know. Maybe there's antifreeze in there. The microphone fight. All right, so this next video that I'm going to play has some swearing, not from me, and somebody uses the C word. So if that offends you,
Please turn it off for just a couple minutes. This is all part of the show. All right, here we go. This is the Glarer, aka Baby Gap, aka the Glazer, aka the Ham Glazer. Don't let the Sons of Anarchy look fool you. He's 5'1", 119 pounds, soaking wet. He's 2 tribal tattoos away from joining a nudist colony. There's going to be some benefits to that for him. He'll probably come in first place every time there's a limbo competition. I'm sure that there's some plus 80-year-old men that would like him to administer some of his HGH, which makes him overly aggressive, to them as well. Unfortunately, we're not here to talk about the Glazer joining a senior citizen nudist colony while injecting old men with HGH in the ass at the country club showers. One missed cycle and add a handlebar mustache. He could have very well played Matthew McConaughey's character in Dallas Buyers Club. Glazer is a child advocate. Claire is to child advocacy what Michael Vick is to the ASPCA. But how do you shame a man that looks like he's been on every episode of Cops ever recorded? You can't. You got to let him do it to himself. He seems to have a bit of a temper. Debating may not be his strong suit. I'd be pissed off all the time, too, if my parents wouldn't let me cut off my 1-foot braided rat tail before prom that I got to go to with my cousin. But that doesn't give him the right to talk to people the way that he still talks to people. Let's go ahead and ask Claire some questions. Claire, are you there?
What?
All right, simmer down. It's not that serious.
What? You're a fucking cunt.
Yeah, I'm not. I think you're being a little bit overly aggressive. Am I the only one that thinks that?
You are the only one.
All right, fair enough. Claire, what's 2 + 2? He's good.
What?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
What?
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 Huh?
You're a fucking cunt.
That's not nice. You're all right? Claire, you there? You okay? Your stomach hurt? Wow, that's going to smell. How are you not embarrassed just doing that like that? Also on your shirt, legalized is spelled wrong, unless you're from the United Kingdom. But here in America, it's spelled with a Z.
What? You're a fucking cunt.
I enjoyed that. That was fun. Good old Ham Glazer. I don't know. I don't know if he's 5'1" or not. I made that part up. He's not very tall. I know that. Oh, I didn't know you and Claire were at odds. I mean, I don't know if I don't think we are anymore. Where am I? I don't think we are anymore, but we certainly used to be. I don't know. I think short men are angry, actually. And some of these are just. How many of you remember the microphone fight that I got into on the Lab After Dark podcast? That was a good one. All right, we'll scope it. It's just a little 5 minute. This might be one of my favorites.
I don't know the name.
Well, he's out then. Cut him out because we don't know his name.
That one.
Don't. Keep quiet.
Columbine guys.
I do too. I find them way more fascinating than Nikki Cruz.
They're easily the most interesting.
They're
really? I didn't think so.
Columbine.
Why?
Because they're the first of the real first ones, and they're.
Well, yeah, that's what.
Look at that hat. Look at that hat. I look like I just got back from Reggae on the River. I bet he has no regrets tattoo. Look at me, dude. Seriously.
Like started the trend, and there's a bunch of layers. Like they had like a bunch of like journals and
look at Lucas's sunglasses. What the hell?
a lot of like
you could read like everyone's manifestos. There's like a ton of them out there.
Put the microphone in front of your face.
Because I think what started that is they were buddy, and they like wrote about how they.
Seriously,
like,
You're pushing me to the edge.
How long?
Ryan was saying something informational, and then you're going to get mad about me hitting it with the side again.
How long have you been doing this? What is your problem?
We'll talk about it next time when you hear it play back with perfect sound.
You're so lazy that you have to tilt your head because you're too tired to hold it up straight like a child. You have to tilt your head
sometimes.
So tilt your head, but compensate then.
Okay, well maybe I don't have a there's no.
Just keep your.
I'm not in a comfortable position.
In a chair.
Yeah.
What do you want to lay on your back, Lucas?
No, just a different chair. It's cold in here, and it's a metal chair, and my butt is cold.
So that makes.
I was trying to get into like a different position.
That makes you tilt your head. You're gonna
sometimes
you're gonna be warmer by tilting your head.
I could be.
Yeah,
because my neck would be like touching my shoulder, which would be body heat on my neck.
I just don't understand why I have to fight you about the microphone every week.
I'm trying right now.
You're trying.
You reminded me, and you freak out. The thing is
Lucas high maintenance?
Not even a little bit. He just freaks out if I talk one time to the side of the mic. He just like fucking loses his shit. Ryan, continue.
What do you want me? What do you want me to say to that?
Just like, hey, talking to the mic, like,
no,
and not go.
I'm tired of patting you on the back, saying, "Please talking to the mic." Talking to the fucking mic.
Well, obviously, I don't respond well to you being a total psychopath about
don't respond well to me. What do you mean you don't respond well to me? What does that have to? I'm telling you.
Now we're in an argument instead of you just being a normal person, saying, "Hey, can you talk right directly into the mic?" No, you made it a whole thing, and now we're off topic about a fucking mic.
Right. Well, that's how the show works, is that you have to talk into the mic. It's a big part of the show.
Well, yeah. I mean, everyone will be able to hear what I said when my head was tilted.
I really don't care. I want you to talk into the microphone.
Am I not doing it?
You are now.
You could have gone about it a different way. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't want to.
Well,
because I've talked to you about this many times.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master. I'm sorry, Master. It'll never happen again, Master.
Don't call me Master. Don't.
Okay, sorry, boss. It won't happen again.
Don't do that either. Just say,
okay, fearless leader. I won't do it again.
Fearless leader. What? Fearlessly. Now you're just mocking me. Why are you mocking me? I'm
not.
Yeah, you are.
No, dude. I look up to you, and I'm sorry, and I won't. I don't like letting you down.
Look up to you. I know in all of my.
Shut up, Ryan.
Yeah, like microphones, are this weird thing where they have like things all around it, even on the sides of it. So if you do happen to tilt your head, that it will still pick it up.
So it's like a 360 degree mic.
There's not just a mic, like just a one right in the very front that you could. That's the only place that it will pick up any sound. Dude, you fart and it picks it up loud and clear.
Are you ready?
I can tilt my head.
Are you ready?
Sometimes.
Are you ready for?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for a lesson, real quick?
No, I'm not really. Because I'm just bored.
Okay, your mic's off. Now listen to me. This is how microphones work. Okay. You piss me. Your mic's off. Don't even say a word because your mic's off.
Did you just call him a mouth breather?
Don't even try and talk into your mic right now, because I'm letting you know how microphones work. That's a special microphone. Nobody can hear you, Lucas.
Still gonna respond. You can hear me.
I can't hear you.
I'm not just gonna let you.
The funniest part about it, he's sitting over there, and he continues to talk. He won't shut up.
Like go on, like it's like enough. Dude.
Has he been saying something? Because I can't hear it.
He's been talking for the last 2 minutes, and I'm not letting him talk because he doesn't listen. He thinks that.
Do you think I retained any of that?
Mic's off, dude. And I remember this episode, or I remember recording this so well, because while this whole thing was going on, somebody and I don't know who, because I said after the show, we'll get pizza when the show's done. Somebody took it upon themselves to order the pizza while we were recording.
I can't even tell you the 2 mics you were talking about because I don't listen when you're going to act like a freaking dictator.
A dictator? I just want you to talk into the microphone. That's it. I need you to listen.
Have I not been talking?
Your mic's off. Stop talking. Oh, my life's work. Telling you. Just did somebody the time I joined a slow pitch softball team.
I had this really strange situation happen the other day. So there's this guy that I know him, but I don't know him. Like we grew up around each other. Well, sorry, he was already grown up. He's probably 25 years my senior. And when I say we grew up around him, he was a coach for the rec basketball league that I played on when I was probably like 13 or 14. And then the more that I think about it, I don't know if he was actually a coach or if he was just, he had a kid on the team. He wasn't the head coach, but he had somebody on the team, or he had a son on the team. And the son, I went to school with him. So, and I think I played on that team for maybe a year or so. Not a lot of contact, we played, we played 16 games and, we have practices. So, we don't know each other that well. I know his name. I know his son. Fast forward, 20 years later. Honestly, it's just so stupid. So he always brings up softball, like that he wants me to play softball with him. This has been going on for years. Every year around the same time, he shows up and wants me to play softball, and that he's, fielding a team and collecting dues, and all that's normal when you're, playing on a rec league. I don't play softball. I don't like softball. I'm not any good at softball. I don't play softball. I've never played softball. I'll never play softball. So when he says, do you want to play softball? My first response is always no. But here's the problem. He acts like we've played softball together before. And I have never, ever played softball with him. But he wants me to every year. And every year I say, sure, I'll play, but I never play. And every year I pay the registration fee, which is like $60. I even pay for a uniform, with zero intention of ever showing up and ever playing. And he continues to show up and say, we're ready to play. We're ready to play softball. You ready to play? Remember we played last year? Remember Chris and the guys? And it's like, I don't know Chris or the guys. And that's another thing that he always brings up Chris. And he goes, Chris, Chris. And for some reason I go, yeah, I know Chris. I don't know Chris. But I say that I know Chris. And I've created this whole kind of like false Truman Show world, because for some reason I can't there's something about this guy when he just starts rambling that I just want him to go away. So if I were to have to stop and tell him everything like that, everything that we've been going through is a simulation, then that way all of this could stop. I think he would have a stroke, because for some reason he feels that I'm a part of his softball world, and that I pay the registration fee every year, but I never show up. I've never shown up to a game. I don't know the name of the team, and I don't know Chris and the guys. But so I'm discussing this with a friend of mine, telling him my predicament. And here's the thing. There's one of two things happening here: that this guy genuinely believes that I've played softball with him. And I think that that's the case, but I never have.
Never.
Or every year I'm getting suckered out of $100, and there is no softball team. And this whole thing has been a sham, and he realized that he could still get money out of me. Either way, I don't care. I think that there's a softball team that plays. And there was another thing too. And so the first practice, he tells me, that there's practice on, I think it was like Saturday. And yeah, that's what I want to do on my Saturday. I want to go practice with a bunch of middle-aged fucking people wanting to play slow pitch softball. That screams me. That screams.
It needed it.
Nothing against slow pitch softball. I don't want to play. It's not my thing. I played baseball when I was a kid and into my, later teenage years, but I don't play any sport. Not even for fun. Not even recreationally. I've coached, but I don't play. I watch them sometimes. I don't play softball. I don't play slow pitch softball. Never have, never will. But I register every year. I pay my entry fee every year, but I'd never play. And so,
I even got uniforms. When I say uniforms, like it was just the top.
He says, "Hey, practice is on Saturday," and so I go, "Okay, I'll be there," because that's what I say to him to just keep this charade going. He knows I'm not coming. I know I'm not going. Or maybe he doesn't know. That's another thing. I don't know. I really don't know. I have practice Sunday. I'm not going. But it doesn't, I don't fucking understand. This was one of the weirdest things I've ever. So he comes into the shop where I'm at. And that's how he gets a hold of me, because he knows where I'm at, which is fucked. The guy doesn't even have a cell phone, but he calls me from his house phone. He has my number. That's fucked too. And anyway, I see him. He comes in, and being, the team player that I am, I say, how was practice? And he goes, practice was great, man. Practice was great. And I said, good. I said, everybody show up. This is the weirdest part of the whole thing. When I say, did everybody show up? This is what he says. I said, did everybody show up? And he goes, yeah, man, everybody showed up except 5 people. What? Everybody showed up except 5. So no. The answer is no. That's really inconsequential to the story, but people don't even know how to talk anymore. And he wants me on his softball team. Come on. Like, no, I'm not playing softball. I've missed all 3 practices now, and apparently we have a game on Tuesday.
I mean, I asked him if everybody showed up to practice, and then he goes, yeah, everybody was there except 5 people. And I went, what? There's only like 10 people on the team, or maybe 11. Basically, half didn't show up. I mean, and he was dead serious. He wasn't even kidding. He's like, well, yeah, everybody showed up. I'm like, except 5 people. There was only 10 or 11 people on the team. It didn't make any sense. I never understood that. And it really bothered me to the point where if I had ever even thought about playing softball, I wasn't going to play ever. And the fact that they had practices for slow pitch softball bugged me too. Practice? I can see people, wanting to go to the game. Like, oh yeah, we have a game Tuesday at 5:30. We have a game, Thursday at 5:30. Everybody shows up, blah, 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 blah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that like they had practice on a Saturday, and this is when I worked Monday through Friday. Saturdays were extremely valuable. Yeah, I think that he may have been the only one there. Pam says, but in his mind, did they show up? I think so, probably. Went to practice at the bar, yeah. People showing up with their $700 bats. $700 bats, just out of control. It really was. It's just the most ridiculous thing ever. Although I remember one time we were trying to start up like a fast pitch baseball league, and this was I don't know, such a long time ago, and I remember my friend Dave Morgan, God rest his soul, he passed away. I believe in 2009. He fell off of his fishing boat. He was a fisherman, but so I hate to start. Sorry for starting the story like that. We'll go in reverse, Pulp Fiction style. So what ended up happening was we set up this game against this. It was called a club team, the Humboldt State University club team, and it was just like at this like random field, like off the freeway between, where I live and the next town over. I mean, honestly, like there were cows like across the freeway, and just like really shitty ran down baseball field. And so my buddy Dave, who was like 50, wanted to play. You remember the old movie Old School? Remember Blue? How Blue wanted to be in the fraternity? I kind of liken it to that a little bit. And like I think that's sort of, a decent comparison, although Blue was much older. But, Dave is like a fisherman. Yeah, my boy Blue. Dave was a fisherman that that was 50 something years old, and all he wanted to do, he wanted to play. And I remember, not only did he want to play, and I mean the ball that we were playing was pretty good. I mean it was pretty legit. He wanted to pitch. And then, like, he went and asked somebody if they could pitch or if he could pitch. He didn't ask me. I don't think I was in charge, but I'm the one that brought him. So he like went up to whoever was running the things, like, can I pitch? And they're like, sure, go warm up in the in the bullpen. And I'm not even kidding you. I was looking for him. I was sitting on the bench and I was like, well, where's Dave at? And somebody's like, he's in the bullpen. I was like, what's he doing in the bullpen? I'm not even like, I go out there. Dave, my buddy Dave, was warming up with a real catcher. He didn't put a hat on. He had his fishing beanie on. He was wearing jeans, work jeans, boots, and his keys were clipped to his pocket, which is a whole different story. And he was smoking a cigarette. Like he had a cigarette in his mouth while pitching, warming up. So I go over to him. I go, hey, you sure this is a good idea? And he goes, what do you mean? Because he used to coach me in Little League, right? And I go, are you sure? You sure you want to do this? And he's like, yeah, of course. Like, I've been waiting a long time to do this. It's like, I've been wanting to pitch. I've wanted to pitch. And I was like, do you really think today is like the day to fulfill that dream? I'm not even kidding. He looks at me. He goes, no time like the present. Hands me his cigarette. There you go. So they're holding it. Walks out to the mound. And then I noticed he's pitching with a catcher's glove. Because that's the only glove that he had. And it went about as well as he thought it would. I mean, he got absolutely roped. It was really a terrible outing for him. But after, he was so excited. He loved it. He loved every minute of it. It was terrible. It was awful to watch. We lost the game because of him. But he died a couple weeks later. And I'm glad that he got to do it, to be honest. I'm glad that he got to, quote unquote, fulfill his dream. But it was, we lost the game because of him. Dave was a really good friend. I'll just tell you really quick what happened with him. He was a deep sea fisherman, and he was out in the it is a funny story. It was hilarious. The boots were just ridiculous. And but he was the deep sea fisherman and fish for like bottom fish and crab and stuff. And I remember that sometimes he could text like while he was on the boat where he was, and then sometimes he couldn't. And like he would go a couple days, you didn't hear from him, but we were really close because I was friends with his kids growing up, and then they sort of took off and, had their own lives and things like that. But I just liked hanging out with the guy. I thought he was great. And so, I mean, he became really like one of my best friends. And, we hung out all the time. And so he was out on his boat, and, I woke up in the morning. Well, I woke up. This is really weird too. I woke up to a friend kind of standing in my doorway. He was standing in the doorway and was talking, or he was like, "Hey, Josh," and it was like 5:30, 6 in the morning, and he says, "Hey, did anybody get a hold of you?" I go, "Nobody got a hold of me. I just woke up." I go, "What are you talking about?" So I checked my phone, and when I looked at my phone, I remember exactly how many missed calls I had. I had 38 missed phone calls. 38. And when I looked up at him and he had like tears in his face, I remember going like, whatever he's going to tell me is going to be really, really terrible news. And it was. He told me that Dave had went overboard the night before, or in the middle of the night, and that they were about 16 miles off the coast. And the way that he went overboard was that he was trying to pull the pin from one of the nets to drop the fish on the deck. And I guess it was really stuck, and he was pulling on it really hard. And as it came loose at the exact same moment, the boat kind of bucked and he went backwards. And fell, into and it's pitch black, so they get the spotlight out and they're looking for him. And they could see him, but they threw a rope to him. But they said that they think that he had knocked himself out and hit his head on the way down because the rope hit him right in the chest and he wouldn't respond. And there was only 2 other people on the boat. Then he went under a couple of times. Anyway, and he was lost. He was gone. And so I remember when my friend was telling me about it, he was like, Dave fell overboard last night. And when he told me that, I remember going, is he okay? And they're like, and he goes, his name was Tyler. He goes, no. And I said, well, where is he? I don't know. I couldn't believe it. And then I just remember just staring, and he's like, we need to go over to the house where everybody was. And anyway, it was a pretty tragic ending, but I had a lot of good times with him. I mean, he was a really good friend. And matter of fact, hold on one second. I'll show you something. Check it out. Yeah, they did find him. But it was a year later, which is like crazy. He was brought up in a fishing net. Actually sits on my wall. Okay, so this is not gonna. Let me turn this off. There's my buddy Dave. I keep that I still have it on my wall. But yeah. Good old Dave. We used to go to Starbucks all the time. I haven't thought about that in a long time. It's interesting, huh? 300 dedicated to you, Dave. My man, Dave Morgan. Good dude. Great dude. Legend. Let me see here. Damn, Dave. It was 2009. It was a long time ago. Unfortunately. It was a long time ago. Check this one out. Let me see. Does this look fire or what? Dude, look at that. Dude, that's kind of fire, huh? Oh, Noel, thank you so much. That's so kind. Congrats on 300th episode. It's a lot of episodes. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. I had a lot of really good no, I cannot make myself larger. I'm already large enough. Yeah, I never thought that he would be found under any circumstances. And he was. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It's just that he was found. Let me see here. Hey. Check this out. So right here is where it says the search for a fisherman reported missing early Wednesday morning after reportedly falling overboard about 16 miles out to sea has been okay. So he was 48. David Burns Morgan, 48 of Eureka, fell about 10:45 Tuesday, reportedly after a rogue wave hit the trawler Stormbringer. The captain, Carol John, apparently threw a life ring to Morgan, but the deckhand was unresponsive. They could see him under the surface for a little bit. The rogue wave apparently knocked out the Stormbringer's radio, and Johnson couldn't get cellular service. So they got hit by a rogue wave. What a crazy. Yeah. What a crazy way to go. Absolutely crazy. So they suspended that one. Here it is. So right here is where it says, oh man, he was a blast. Morgan disappeared after a boating accident at sea offshore from Humboldt County, California, March 10th, 2009. In August 2010, a fishing vessel caught his skeletal remains in their net, minus the skull. Great. Morgan's family identified the clothing and personal items with the bones, and DNA testing is expected to confirm the identification. Isn't that crazy? A year later, I mean, we had buried him and everything, dude. Crazy. I know. Good old distinguishing characteristics, Caucasian male. Good old Demo. Crazy, huh? It was absolutely wild. I'm telling you, it was one of the craziest. I couldn't believe when I first heard about it. When I first heard that that they had some, it was crazy. But I gotta tell you, like, I'm not sad. I mean, obviously, I miss my friend and everything, and will always. But legend. I'm telling you, it was absolute legend. Everybody loved him. He was the godfather of everything. And so very happy, I was happy to have the memories with him that we did, and they were great memories. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Good person. Taught me how to crab. Even though I hate crab, I hate crab. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Muscles, thank you again for that's very kind of you guys. Thank you so much. Very, very much appreciated. I don't like crab at all. I actually hate it. But catching them's all right. Other than that, love crab and lobster. Crab and lobster. I don't like either one of them. I don't even know what that is. What is crayfish? I don't even know what that is. Can you hear Macho snoring in the background? Probably not. Hold on. Can you hear that? Can you hear him? Can you hear him? Might not be able to with this microphone. Nothing? You still can't hear him? Damn it. I don't have a microphone that'll go that far. It was. Oh, you could hear him. Okay, hold on. It's unbelievable. Like a human. Give him a little sleep apnea mask. Like sometimes he'll snore so loud that I'll have to tell him. I'll go, Macho. Yeah, I mean he's behind me, but the fact that you can hear him at all. The fact that you can hear him at all is wild to me. Because I eat canned tuna. Really? Sounds awful. Hate it. He is, dude. He is straight up getting after it. Lobster rolls. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to depress you with that. Maybe we need a palate cleanser, and then we'll call it good. Let's go back to our. Let's see. Is he still door dashing? Oh, he's done. I kind of want to save this for Crabtree. I think Crabtree has a live tomorrow, so we'll have plenty to cover. I don't think we ever finished. Jesus. Hold on, we never finished this.
The fuck bitch, I can hit him with a shovel. Yeah, he left me to the side. He wouldn't let me up on the panel so I could sit there and promote my fucking stupid handle. I'm at 1,000 subscribers and I never grew because I suck.
That's a terrible line.
Why don't you get the clue, dog, and go and lick some nuts?
I really do not understand all these like homosexual gestures, like or I don't even know if it's a gesture. It's just like asking somebody to. I don't get it. It's weird. He's like obsessed with like nuts and butthole touching.
Boy, we don't want to see your goofy ass looking like a pluck, sitting in front of the screen saying what's up to everybody. Like, my name is.
Wow, it's the worst freestyle I've ever heard in my life.
Rebel. Why don't you? Because I suck. Why don't you handle? I'm at 1,000 subscribers and I never grew because I suck. Why don't you get the clue, dog, and go and lick some nuts? Boy, we don't want to see your goofy ass looking like a pluck, sitting in front of the screen saying what's up to everybody like, my name is Rebel. Why don't you hit the like? Dude, if I seen Trav, I'd beat his ass up in a fight. Boy, you wish I'd take your life. I hit you so hard that I knocked this motherfucking Nike sign to the side of your chest. This dude ain't a bitch. This dude is a faggot. He's thinking he's hard, but he really ain't tragic. I'm grabbing him, picking him up, putting this tattooed piece of shit in the trash can. Dog, you could.
I mean, it's the worst. It's the worst freestyle I've ever heard. And it's not even close.
Fuck with me on these fucking beats, and in the fucking street you'll get the fucking seats coming around trying to fuck with me. Every one of y'all want to come in my zone? I dare you, dog. I'll let it ring in that bitch like I'm coming in your home. You don't want it with me, boy. I'll put you in a dome.
Is there anything? I mean, is there anything more embarrassing than this?
And I ain't talking about no gay shit. That's a lake, your home. Listen to the dude when I get up on this bitch. I'll be coming for the throne. Not one of these true crime motherfuckers could ever see me when I come to thrones. Dude, I run this shit. Y'all don't run nothing. All you do is spread lies and go around fucking bluffing. All of every single one of these motherfuckers is soft like muffins. Put them in the oven, cook his ass up, and watch him fluffing.
Watch him fluffing. What is that?
Dog, listen. I'll be bluffing. All of every single one of these motherfuckers is soft like muffins. Put them in the oven, cook his ass up, and watch him fluffing.
Watch him fluffing.
Dog, listen. I be really on a mission. Every day I do this, I really got a vision. Every day I do it, I'm about to go and get this. You ain't never gonna stop it. Cause I'm like a cactus. When I hit a motherfucker, I'ma make a little motherfucker running straight up, do a backflip.
Like a cactus? Why is he like a cactus? What's up with the cactus thing? I don't get that.
Could never come and rap with Trev on the mic cause shit gets tragic. I straight stop it. I really got a vision. Every day I do it, I'm about to go and get this. You ain't never gonna stop it. Cause I'm like a cactus.
Cause I'm like a cactus? Here is to T-Rev, the silly wit, and a world so bright he'll never fit. For laughter is gold and joy is key. This idiot will always make me glee. He's like a cactus, dude. It wasn't bad at all. He's very bad.
When I hit a motherfucker, I'm gonna make a little motherfucker running straight up.
Like, this is what your Taco Bell order has to sit next to on its way to you. Like, you've adopted, you've adopted a Mexican pizza with a couple supreme tacos and a little Baja Blast, and it gets picked up and it's going, thank you for taking us. And then this is what it ends up having to hear the whole way.
Do a backflip. You could never come and rap with Trev on the mic cause shit gets tragic. I said that like
that's your Mexican pizza meal
3 times, but I don't give a fuck cause I'm say rapping. Every word coming straight off with a
hair on his ass like a cactus. This is the dasher you were trying to never bring food.
Top of this, and I'm gonna diss on my enemies because they can't go suck a cock and shit.
I mean, every time I just really, it's so weird to me that he always wants to.
That's the only time I'm gonna talk about him is when I'm spitting raps. None of them would meet up with me and throw hands like this and fucking scrap. Cause I'd put it on YouTube so quick when I fucking beat their ass.
God, he is angry, bro.
They'd be like, oh, you're a deadbeat, bitch.
If that's how you punch, I don't think anybody's got anything to worry about.
You know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, you're a deadbeat, bitch.
I mean, crazy.
You know what I mean? And fucking scrap.
He doesn't like the deadbeat thing. And but who would? I mean, who would like to be called a deadbeat? Nobody would like to be called a deadbeat. Being a deadbeat is a terrible thing. That's why it's called a deadbeat. I'm a lot of things, but a deadbeat, holy shit. I mean, I couldn't live with myself. Swear. I mean, it's just like Peyton told me today that I was allowed to babysit when him and his wife have a kid, that I'm allowed to babysit. So that's nice.
Because I'd put it on YouTube so quick when I fucking beat their ass. They'd be like, oh, yeah, you're a deadbeat, bitch.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Boy.
Okay. Worthless man, it's time to change your plan. You got to step up. Be the father you can. Put down the bottle. Let go of the pride. There are children out there waiting sadly on your side. It's actually very sweet. It's very sweet, actually.
What's up, man?
It's true though. Yeah.
He just went through a whole phase. I swear, if DoorDash knew he was live streaming while delivering, we'd get fired because I'm sure it is.
Yo, dude in the live talking shit in the comments looking like a motherfucking bitch. Probably a little chick with a motherfucking hairy ass clip.
All right.
You need to relax. Everything that
Sorry.
you did is a book on my page. You tried to come steal it, and I'm about to rage because you was a fake ass bitch that's talking all that shit about your face. Tell your husband how you want to lick balls. Yeah, mine at that. You were like, Trev, you're so fine. I would suck your dick. And that's a fucking fact. A lot of y'all fuck them. I don't want to see they had a fucking pistol on his. Yo, triple double dog dare you to come catch it. Boy, I have you thrown in the grass straight fetching with a pit bull on your neck, ripping out your intestines. Pussy, I'm the best at the beef shit, cause if you want to take it to the streets, you better leave it in the streets then.
If you want to take it to the streets, you better leave it in the streets.
You was acting all tough, but I'm the best at the beef shit, cause if you want to take it to the streets, you better leave it in the streets then.
Like, it's really weird. I mean, it's
cause you was acting all tough. What grown man would pull up to where a kid lives? Talking about coming to where my son's been, bitch. If you did, I'd have put you 6 feet in a fucking ditch. And I promise that you would have never made it. I would have sent you.
Well, thought Cletus asked him to rumble for charity. He did. He absolutely did. It's never too late. Redemption's in sight. A father's love can change wrong to right. Take the first step. No more running away. You got a chance now. Stop throwing it away. Okay, I'm done now. That's a rap battle win.
Your dumb ass down with fucking Satan for coming up to my house thinking you fucking greatness. Calling me a deadbeat, but dog, you is fucking faking. You and Clue is racist. Say the N-word every day so much that you probably paint black in the basement.
I don't even know what that means. Paint black in the basement? What does that mean?
N-word, dog, you is
He has nothing. He's saying that Clue says the N-word. And I don't know. Whatever.
fucking faking. Dumb ass down with fucking Satan for coming up to my house thinking you fucking greatness. calling me a deadbeat, but dog, you was fucking faking. You and Clue is racist.
You and Clue is racist.
Say the N-word every day so much that you probably paint black in the basement.
Oh no. Nope.
Y'all are fake, fat bitch. I bet you your one leg weighs like 5'10". I don't even know, but I'm nice with the pen.
Yeah, he's talking about Cletus right now.
I
Earlier,
don't really give a shit. That dude ain't really never gonna do shit. Wanna get your boys and really come make it a click? Don't make me call the street soldiers, dog, because we'll pull up and that's it. On the phone with me and told him out of the thing. There's someone robbed my man.
See
and Gallatin T-Rock. It's just, it hasn't been fair for Sebastian at all. To look at them. Oh, well, we're not putting posters up. He's not here to get a pay. Here to trust anybody who fucks the fucker with the beard job. And if you fuck with them, fuck you. I don't trust anybody who fucks with a Brittany J, who fucks with fat ass, goofy grandma Robin motherfucker with the beard Josh. I'll slap the shit out that motherfucker too, allegedly. In my dream, I close my eyes and slap the shit out. Rob your grandma again. 87-year-old grandma robbing her and shit. You're a fucking clown.
I didn't know. 87-year-old grandma.
Don't ever speak on my name. You robbed your fucking grandma, bro. I should beat your fucking ass for robbing your grandma. That's like somebody robbing my grandma. I dare someone rob my grandma. I'd fucking, boy. What, a Brittany J, a Josh, who don't I fuck with in this community so heavy that if y'all fuck with them, fuck them? Yeah, it's like that.
Rev walking tall in size 6 shoes with conspiracy theories and nothing to lose. Wants the truth, can't handle facts. Even his fob said, I ain't coming back. I don't get whether you'd smack me allegedly. I don't get that.
That's why I don't fuck someone rob my robbing her and shit. You're a fucking clown. Again, 87-year-old grandma robbing her and shit. You're a fucking clown. Don't ever speak on my name. You robbed your fucking grandma, bro. I should beat your fucking ass for robbing your grandma. That's like somebody robbing my grandma. I dare someone rob my grandma. I'd fucking, boy. You feel me? They hop on here to get a paycheck. What is that? Yeah, that's watching them dudes, them people. Fuck with them, fuck you. I don't trust anybody who fucks with a Brittany J, who fucks with fat ass, goofy grandma Robin motherfucker with the beard Josh. I'll slap the shit out that motherfucker too, allegedly.
I don't. What does he mean? He'll slap the shit out of me allegedly.
In my dream, I close my eyes and slap the shit out.
I mean, I guess. How can you rob a nana if you're taking care of her? I don't know.
Rob your grandma again. 87-year-old grandma robbing her and shit. You're a fucking clown. Don't ever speak on my name. You robbed your fucking grandma, bro. I should beat your fucking ass for robbing your grandma.
I mean, if
it's like somebody robbing my grandma. I dare someone rob my grandma. I'd fucking, boy.
You wouldn't do nothing. You would ask if you could get in on it. Lion sack. You wouldn't do nothing.
Boy. What, a Brittany J, a Josh, who don't I fuck with in this community so heavy that if y'all fuck with them, fuck them? Yeah, it's like that. That's why I don't fuck with me, again, JLR and Magnolia.
I want to hear that again. It's pretty, it's robbed your grandma. Okay. Matter of fact, I got to go check on her right now. That's right. He's going to bruise somebody's ankles. What do we got here? All right. 2 hours, 15 minutes. It's been a good show. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow and we'll do some more Dash and 300 and many more to come. Hopefully, as long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep doing them. And yeah. Let's see what's on
Straight to the dome and straight to the throat.
Andrew the Giant.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Andrew the Giant.
Live After Dark is starting shortly.
I forgot to set our fucking goal for our 50 goal or whatever, but it starts out at $1, okay? Just like it did last time. So if we did 50 of them for $1, that's $50. So fuck you, Josh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After
Andrew the
Dark
Giant.
is starting shortly.
I just want
Suck a muck of this.
Well, you open that Pandora's door.
The lab is my boss.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Do it. I'll have to have a Kelsey muscles wrap off. Thank you. Yeah, we got Steven tomorrow. We also have we got Steven. So look forward to that.
Right.
What's the point in causing any ruffles to be feathered?
You're morbidly obese. You're morbidly obese.
Straight to the dome and straight to the throat.
Oh yeah, I will for sure.
Andrew the Giant.
Straight to the dome and straight to the throat.
Andrew the Giant. Andrew the Giant.
Straight to the dome and straight to the throat.
And if you stay till the very end, I'll play you one of my favorites.
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Right.
Well, you open that Pandora's door.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
Lab After Dark starts now.
Like the whole movement recently? Like, isn't that kind of, or is that not a thing?
I'm not sure. I don't know why they have such big receipts, and it doesn't feel like real paper. It feels like recycled, like
It's
spider
like
webs or
waxy.
something.
It's like so they can print on it or something. I don't know.
Well, you can print on paper. What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe it just holds up better, like in weather.
What?
If it gets rained on.
If the receipt gets rained on, it holds up better in weather?
Yeah, maybe. It's like waxy.
But you said so they can print on it. They can print on paper, Lucas.
Yeah, I don't. It might show up better.
What?
Might show up better on that.
But people have been printing on paper for
but
time
people
immemorial.
Print on other things that show up better. There's different kinds of paper.
How does that show up better?
There's different kinds of paper.
I just don't understand what you're saying.
I don't know. I don't know either.
Such a weird way to go about it.
Well, then look up why they fucking have weird receipt paper.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's weird. It's a different kind of paper. I think it's just recycled paper.
Recycled paper.
Yeah. You didn't know you can recycle paper?
Yeah. I know you can recycle paper, but I just didn't know that it would be.
Why is everything an argument with you?
It's not an argument. I'm not arguing with you. I'm curious.
About what?
Receipts.
Dude, one time.
Dude, I blew my nose on a receipt one time. I had nothing else.
Was it a CVS one?
No. I don't know
What kind of
it was from,
paper
but
was it?
It wasn't the good. It was the recycled kind.
It was the bad paper?
Yeah, it was not good.
Dude, you, for some reason, Lucas invited me over for dinner last night. Mm-hmm. And I was really excited. And I thought it was a dinner party, like a formal dinner party.
This is such bullshit. Because, Josh, how many times do you invite me over for dinner after work?
Never.
All the time.
Okay.
I had meatloaf at your house a couple weeks ago, and you know it.
So? It wasn't a dinner party, though.
You asked me to come over for chili dogs, too.
I know. I did.
How is that not... So do I say, oh, is it a dinner party?
You didn't invite me.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend did.
Yeah, you were coming to my house. Just you, me, and her.
And the way that it was presented to me was that it was a formal invitation. So I
didn't invite you.
I know.
Because I don't care whether you were there or not.
Yeah, I understand that. None of that. That's not important. But I thought when I was invited,
That's not what you thought. You were making a mockery of it. You were trying to be funny. You were getting other people riled up and into it. You were doing what you do.
What do I do?
You just take things. You just like manipulate things.
Okay, so I was like, hey, like I'm invited. I was telling her like, hey, I thought it was nice. Like Lucas's girlfriend invited me over for dinner. And I was asking Lucas about it, and he was like making it seem like, oh, yeah, come over and eat. We're gonna sit on the couch and eat. I'm like, I thought that's like a dinner party. And he's like, no, it's not a dinner party.
Now you're making me sound like an asshole. I said it's not a dinner party. You could come over and have food, or you don't have to.
Right. But you never invited me anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right. So then I said to him, well, it sounds like you don't even want me there. And so I had this whole plan. I was going to bring wine.
What? Bring wine?
Bring wine to the dinner party. Talking to the microphone, Peyton. Bring wine, and I was going to wear a tie. I asked him if I could wear a tie. He said that he was going to lock me out of his house.
That's not you were like, oh, do I get a +1? Josh, do you even own a tie? I've never seen you wear a tie.
Yeah, I own a tie. I have one here, yeah. And I have a dress shirt.
And you thought that was the occasion to bust it out.
I felt like it was a formal, like we were having like an adult dinner party. And I thought there was going to be more people there too.
Was there?
No.
Did I tell you that there was going to be more people there?
You didn't. You uninvited me at the last minute.
You were making a mockery of it.
I wasn't making a mockery of anything. I was excited.
No. You were making a mockery.
What did I show up with?
Wine and 3 wine glasses. And I did enjoy the wine. But where did we sit and eat? On the fucking couch?
Why didn't we sit at the table?
Because it was not a dinner party, and I was making that very fucking clear.
I still don't understand why we weren't at the table. The table is clean.
It was perfect. It was.
Why didn't we sit at the
Because
table?
maybe if you didn't make a mockery of it, we could have sat at the table.
But I didn't make a mockery. I was excited.
No, you weren't. You were not excited to come over.
Yeah, I was.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
No,
excited.
Josh.
And
You're telling me that none of it, the whole day, none of it was a joke to you.
None of it. Not one.
Oh, okay. So the other people that got involved, it wasn't funny to them?
No. They were just happy for me.
It's just not true. And that's a lie. You're just lying to
I
the
wasn't
people.
trying to be funny.
Josh.
Okay, was it funny though?
No. Did I laugh once?
Yeah, you laughed. And you kept yelling, you're making a mockery of this. But I didn't. I was just excited. I thought we were all going to dress up.
And if I would have saw you in a fucking tie, you'd have been outside.
I was excited.
I was wearing sweats.
I saw
in a sweatshirt.
No shirt underneath.
No shirt underneath. I
Everything.
didn't have underwear on.
God. You're wearing no underwear at all.
I didn't have underwear on at all.
Socks?
No, I don't think I had socks on. That's not a dinner party.
I was going to wear a tie with slacks.
Slacks.
But I did bring...
That's the point I'm trying to make. You were making a mockery of the situation.
It seems like you were the one...
No, because all of a sudden around 3 o'clock, when you get your fucking second wind every day, and you get all fired up, then it turned into a fucking dinner party.
I wanted it to be a dinner party.
Well, you could have said, "Can we have a dinner party sometime?"
Can we?
Yeah.
And where we can all dress up?
Yeah.
I brought wine.
Not a dinner party. That's just a friend bringing wine to my house.
Bought 3 wine glasses.
Yeah, that was weird. Do you want those back? They're in my
No,
seat.
they're yours, baby. It's casualty of the dinner party. We had a dinner party whether you want to admit it or not.
I was wearing no shirt and no underwear. That's not a dinner party.
And no socks.
And no socks. And we didn't sit at a table. We were watching Kenny versus Spinny.
I was disappointed by the no table thing.
Well, next time, if there's a dinner party...
Thank you for the invite, though. I do appreciate it.
I didn't invite you. I actually uninvited you.
Like twice. But there was no way I wasn't showing up. You know that, right?
I was well aware.
Like I was bound and determined.
But I was making sure in
I wasn't
front of other people that I wasn't going to be mocked.
I wasn't making a mockery.
Yes, you were.
That's just not...
Josh, you were being silly. And you turned the whole thing into a mockery.
You're being silly? What are you, 90? You're being silly?
Yeah, you're goofing off.
Why? Because I wanted to have a dinner party?
No malarkey.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Malarkey.
Yeah.
I asked for a +1. I didn't get that.
Absolutely not.
Why couldn't I bring somebody? You made me come by myself.
I didn't make you.
And I was late.
If you showed up with somebody, I wouldn't have.
Was I late?
I said if you showed up with a tie or with certain people, you will be outside.
If I wore a tie, you would have really put... I was going to slick my hair back and show up in a tie.
Mockery.
How's that a mockery? I just wanted to look nice.
No, that's not what you were doing because I told you what the evening was going to be.
Yeah, so here's the best part about that whole thing. Mm-hmm. I thought this was going to be some upscale, like evening, some high class.
He did not think... This is where it's...
Your mic's off.
Unbelievable.
I thought there was going to be this up class, like high scale dinner. Like it was going to be like pasta primavera and garlic knots and dipping the bread in, oil and vinegar.
What?
At one point, I look over at Lucas and he has a spaghetti sandwich that he smashed 2 pieces of garlic bread onto the middle of the sandwich, and he's sitting there eating. Can you imagine me wearing a tie, turning and looking and seeing that god awful
hair?
That's what I was saying. That was my point. It was not a dinner party.
You were the one that made a mockery of it. If you
no,
ask
I
me.
did not.
Yeah,
I did not want a dinner party.
You didn't respect.
So I behaved in a manner.
You didn't respect your guests.
No,
I know.
It was you.
I'm a guest. I was an invited guest.
But you were invited to hang out and possibly grab something to eat if you wanted to.
No, that was the thing. That was the invite. Hey, I'm making pasta primavera. Please show up at 6 on the dot.
That's not what it said.
Bring your finest crystal.
It probably said, "Hey, I'm making some spaghetti, and if you want some, come over."
It wasn't spaghetti. It was pasta primavera.
Okay, pasta primavera. And if you want some, come over.
And I came over.
That's not a dinner party.
What do you? Okay, weigh in. Is that a dinner party?
I don't know.
So
I'm kind of in the middle.
So we were eating that whether you were coming over or not. I feel like a dinner party is a special menu where you make enough for everybody.
You did. You made enough for me.
But if you didn't come, those were my leftovers for cold spaghetti sandwiches.
Yeah, but you ate that after the dinner itself.
Yeah, I know. I got a second window.
I was only there 2 hours, and I saw you eating one. It was disgustingly, like,
It's good.
you ate it violently, too.
It was good. It wasn't a dinner party, but we can have a dinner party at some point.
I just wanted to thank you for the invite. Thank you.
I didn't invite you.
Thank your lovely girlfriend for the beautiful meal.
I'll let her know.
I hope you guys enjoyed the wine.
I did.
That I spent money on.
Yeah, I appreciate the wine.
And I showed up
the
with
wine
free-
glasses were weird, but whatever.
Why was that weird? Did you have wine glasses?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just thought I'd bring the fine crystal. It was a dinner.
Fine crystal.
Yeah, it was a dinner party.
Okay.
Who shows up with wine? Did you drink some wine?
Hey, dude, I'm sorry for my bad behavior at your dinner party.
You could have wore underwear. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
Or socks.
And
Or a
mad,
shirt.
You're mad at me because I wanted to wear a tie, but you didn't want to wear underwear.
Yeah, that was the point. Like, you were, like, gonna fuck up my evening by trying to make it all fucking fancy. I wanted to chill.
In all honesty, all 100% honesty, how pissed off were you? Were you annoyed with me?
Oh, yeah.
Bad, huh?
Oh, yeah. In my mind, you were uninvited. But I knew you were going to show up. But I was trying to make it clear that I did not want you there.
Did I get under your skin?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Oh, man. That's so funny, too, because around 3 o'clock, I was like getting a little bored, and I was like, you know what? I started telling everybody.
Every fucking day.
No, I started telling everybody. I'm like, hey, I'm invited over to Lucas's for dinner. He invited me over. He's like, he'll walk right past my desk. He goes, I didn't invite you. Was somebody here?
Yeah.
Somebody knocked on the door?
Yeah.
This door?
Yep.
This one?
Yep.
Or that one?
Hello? It's Domino's. You order Domino's?
Open the door. Peyton, go get that $50.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Hold
Sorry.
on 1 second. Go get that money. Hey, what's the total bill? That's it?
26. No, I think.
Well, yeah, it's kind of the wrong room, but not really. It's just, it's okay. You want to peek your head in here real quick?
Yeah.
Who's this? Okay.
The-
Come on in. Come in. Hey, you want to say hi real quick? Hey, Domino showed up. Knocked on the wrong door, but that's okay.